Morning all. Now, this morning we're applying a red wrinkle finish to an aluminium rocker box cover. So regular viewers will remember this cover from the blue MGB Roadster, where it was stove enamelled in a hammerited sort of finish. Didn't look very nice. So I've had it shot blasted, and we're applying VHT Wrinkle Plus in red. Try and get a sort of unique rocker box cover. And I've read this and it tells me to apply 3 coats in a crosshatch pattern, 5 minutes between each one. So let's see how we get on, shall we? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do first of all is tape the rocker box cover, the area where the lid goes. I'll tape that off with mine. So there we are, we've taped that off. Now let me just read this part to you. Mask off surrounding areas to protect from overspray. Use at temperatures between 60 F, which is 16 degrees centigrade, and 35 degrees C, and when humidity is less than 60%. So today is a really hot, sunny day, probably 24-25 degrees centigrade in the 70s. Shake can vigorously for 4 minutes, and shake can 10 seconds for each time after each minute of spray. Hold can parallel 8 to 10 inches from the surface to be painted. Use an even sweeping motion. Apply at least 3 heavy coats in a crosshatch pattern. First coat vertically, second coat horizontally, third coat diagonally, allowing 5 minutes between each coat. So what we'll do is we'll do the first coat, see how we get on. It's a funny looking spray. Wonder which way that comes out. Never seen one like that before in my life. Oh, there's the exit there, that little yellow. Good job we found that. Right, let's see what it goes like. All right, oh, it's really red. So, vertical strokes first. 8 to 10 inches. So we'll leave it 5 minutes, have a cup of tea, and give it another blast. Right, I've waited 5 minutes after the first coat. So we'll give it a second coat, see how we get on. So we did the first one vertically, so these ones are now horizontal. So that's the second coat. I have to say it's looking very red and very smooth. So 5 more minutes and the third coat. Right, we've waited another 5 minutes, so the third and final coat. The temptation is just to keep going. A little bit of a invert it, clear the nozzle. Now the next stage, this paint dries very slowly. A wrinkle finish does not appear immediately after spraying. Allow 2 hours to air dry. If paint fails to wrinkle or wrinkles in an uneven pattern, apply an additional coat of paint in unwrinkled areas. Although paint appears to be dry, avoid contact with the surface for at least 24 hours. Allow 48 hours before reassembling parts. To cure paint, bake in an oven for 1 hour at 200 degrees. Oh, I didn't know that. Note that if this may cause wrinkles to go together, covers approximately. Got to bake it. What's the wife going to say about that? I'll put this in the oven. Anyway, it looks good. So red. Looks smooth, doesn't it? What we'll do is we'll come back later and see how wrinkly it's got. So it doesn't look very wrinkly at the moment. Well, I've waited 20 minutes now and the finish looks like glass. No sign of wrinkling at all. So I don't know whether to just give it one more coat. I think I will. Right, here we go. Ruin it or make it. Now that's what's interesting is it seems to have triggered a wrinkling. That's incredible. It's gone from glass to wrinkling. Have a look at this. Can you see the wrinkling? Ten seconds ago it was like glass. A little bit of a curtain. Well, that's much more the effect I was hoping for. Now, on the screen, on the phone that I'm using to video, it looks a pinky red. It's much more dark red in the flesh. Right, I've got to leave it alone now. And I'll come back tomorrow and see how it looks. Making the rocker cover out in the sunshine. I wonder if you get a better representation of the colour. It's really wrinkly. I think with hindsight I'd have done 3 coats, not 4.